Hi everybody, welcome back to 30 Days Until Done. We're working through our revision month, and we've just done a whole bunch of stuff on line breaks, and that's a very difficult thing to get. If you haven't mastered line breaks, well then you're a human being, because no human being has mastered line breaks, right? But it's one of those things that you can keep coming back to, and it adds richness and complexity, and simply the act of doing it helps you to understand what your poem is about and all the possible different conceptions you can have of your poem as well. Okay, so that's enough for line and stanza breaks for the time being. I also want to get into sound device. Now, what in the world is a sound device? A sound device is a rhyme, alliteration, that sort of thing. What you can do with sound to create different emotional meanings in the word, and that's really what it's for. If you can think of some poems, here's the thing that a lot of people don't get. When we're using sound, the sound doesn't just reflect the emotion, it creates an emotion in the person who's making the sound. If you say certain things over and over, you're going to start to feel certain emotions. If you think of Green Eggs and Ham, it's impossible to say that poem without getting happier. And there's nothing essentially happy about Green Eggs and Ham. It's just some guy talking about how he doesn't want to eat this meal, and then he's convinced to eat the meal, so he eats the meal. There's nothing funny or silly about that, except for the language. Making those noises makes you happy. That's why children laugh. Making any noise gives you an emotion, and the reason is it's tied with our survival skills. And I can demonstrate this in a number of ways. If you think about going into a room in which a lot of people are laughing, you don't know the context of the joke, but you start to laugh too, right? You don't know why people are laughing, but you laugh, right? It's inborn. In the same way let's see, what's another one? If you think of two shapes, one is sort of amoeba-like and the other one is jagged. One of those shapes is named Kiki and one is named Bobo. Well, most people say that the amoeba shape is named Bobo and the jagged one is named Kiki, and that's because we have synesthesia, which is the blending of two senses. It doesn't make sense that we would name one and one the other. There's no logic to that. What it is survival. So that if you're reaching for a cactus and somebody says cactus, you will react, and then you'll realize why you reacted. You go, whoa, oh, geez, there's that moment of clarity. When you're using different sounds in the poem, you're actively making your readers feel something, right? Because they're going through this thing as well. As powerful as laughter. Oh, by the way, laughter is that sound we make when we want everyone to know that everything's okay. That's why you laugh at someone who trips and hits and falls down and then gets back up. It's not because you're a mean person, it's because you're a very good person. Those people who laugh at funerals are laughing to comfort themselves unconsciously. They're not doing it intentionally. They're trying their bodies are trying to find, and this is someone who's feeling something exceptionally deeply. And then of course the embarrassment of laughing at a funeral is everybody thinks you're not taking it seriously. And in fact, you're the person who's taking it most seriously, right? Okay, so we're working on this level when we're working on this, when we're working on sound devices, and especially when we're adding sound devices to our poetry. What I want you to do is find a poem that you can work with, save the original, because especially when you're first working with sound devices, it's going to be almost impossible to have a good result here, right? This is practice. It's going to be very, very difficult to end up with a good result. So find that poem that you are willing to kind of sacrifice. You're going to keep the original, so you're not truly sacrificing it. But maybe something you're not so terribly close to, so it doesn't feel like, if it's about the death of somebody you're close to, don't do that, because it's too much. Maybe something that's a little bit happy, even. Okay, so you're going to find this. We're going to work on rhyme first. What's the point of rhyme? Well, if you can imagine, think about Green Eggs and Ham. That rhyme, those happy rhymes come like this. That's why he's so incredibly happy at the end of it. If you imagine that making a sound makes you have a feeling, then a rhyme is going to bring that sound around again and again and again. You don't have to do the thing that musicians do, which is da 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 da. You can put the rhyme wherever you feel like it, and it always has the same sort of emotion. Also, near rhymes are just as good as exact rhymes, right? If you're thinking in terms of emotion. So the fact that you're not hitting that exact rhyme and it's not perfect, who cares, right? We're just going for something close. So I just want you to take the first 4 lines of one of your poems, and I want you to put 2 rhymes in there anywhere, right? It doesn't have to be at the end of lines even. Just, I want you to amend this so that there's 2 rhymes, trying to capture the emotion of the poem, whatever the poem is. You think of humor, everyone says that hard Ks are funny. That's true, hard Ks are funny. Think of what is the word of sadness? Well, you can hear it when you say sad words, moaning, sad. Listen to what happens with those vowels and where they exist in your throat, right? This is also the place, I don't know if you do it, when I'm going to cry, I feel it here. Sad, moan, hopelessness, right? Exists right here. That long vowel is reverberating through this area. What are happy sounds? Play, right? We've got that short A. Play, joy. All of these things are happening up here, right? Right inside the middle of your mouth. Okay, so that's the kind of thing you can work on, the kind of sounds that you can work with. The one that stuns everybody is, that always surprises everyone, is the sound of contempt. Contempt is what you have to feel in order to be a racist. It's not hatred, it's contempt. You have respect for people that you hate. When you have contempt, it's easier for you to kill people, right? And think of your racist words, think of your sexist words. They exist mostly at the back, the top of the neck, right? And every time you see that, you feel such incredible contempt for those people. So I would say probably don't use those words, right? Okay, so when you're done, post those 4 lines down below and we'll take a look at them. It's an exciting and interesting sort of way of approaching, and now you're getting into the sort of the science of poetry a little bit. Okay, so that's it for today, and I'll see you tomorrow in 30 Days Until Done.